Hello guys, my name is Anna and I'm from Ukraine, and I vlog daily since the start of this awful war with Russia. In my videos I try to update you on important real-life situations in my country, Ukraine. I'm always glad to answer your questions and to clarify more about our history, culture and so on. If you're new to the channel, go check some of my videos, and if you like them, of course, please subscribe, because I believe the world needs to know more about Ukraine. And today I have decided to go out. The weather is good, it's really warm, like plus 12, plus 14, pretty unexpected, because when I woke up in the morning it was rainy and like zero, and within a couple of hours we have so much warmth. So this is just a teaser of spring perhaps, and I decided to take you out. I have a class in half an hour, but before that I have some time to speak to you about Bakhmut. This is a town in Ukraine that attracts global attention, and I personally follow the news on Bakhmut very carefully, and I try to understand what is going on there and to build my own opinion, because it's pretty difficult. From one point of view, this is a tragic place where many Ukrainian soldiers lose their lives, but for the other point of view, this is a real dead end for Russian orcs. So let me introduce you a little bit to the history of Bakhmut. I have already done that in one of my previous videos, but this is a small regional center in Donetsk region. It has like 500 years of history. It has some Cossack period history, and it is an industrial center and connected with the production of salt. Maybe it's polite to be without glasses and to look directly into your eyes. So anyway, Bakhmut is not a strategic military place. It does not have any serious military plans or dislocations or something. It is a railway town, but definitely both Ukrainians and orcs can do without this point. We cannot say that it is strategic for the victory in a war. But it became extremely ideologically strategic. Actually, it is a place of one of the longest battles in history of this Russian war in Ukraine, because battles for Bakhmut started back in May 2022 and they continue until now. From time to time, Russian propagandists spread disinformation that they have already taken Bakhmut, and since November this is their top news. And it's kind of funny because they repeat it every week of every month for like 4 months or something. This is also a place where Wagner Group, a private Russian army, wanted to demonstrate how much better they are than traditional Russian armed forces, but they also failed and lost many of their soldiers. By the way, many people believe that today Putin, Shoigu, having conflicts with Prigozhin, the leader of the Wagner Group, want him and all of his soldiers to die here in Ukraine, and they don't help them. By the way, Prigozhin also told on his social media that he does not have any connection with the Russian military anymore, because he was constantly asking for supplies and for weapons, but like nobody hears him and nobody helps him. Any kind of conflict inside Russia is always good for us. So in general, the battles last since May and up to now. From what I understand, approximately 50% of the town is controlled by Ukrainian armed forces and 50% of the town controlled by Russian orcs. And like the number of Russian soldiers who died fighting for Bakhmut, 5 times greater than the number of Ukrainian armed forces, but still there are many Ukrainians who are sent to support Bakhmut, and we have to understand that when they are sent to support Bakhmut, that means that others left Bakhmut, either were killed there or severely wounded. And inside Ukrainian society there are lots of conflicts and people trying to discuss, is it okay to fight so hard for Bakhmut, or maybe we should leave and take another strategic point, because it is not a decisive city in the history of this war. And recently on the media it was reported that Zelensky had conflicts with Zaluzhny, that Zaluzhny, the head of Ukrainian army, oh my god, such a big dog, the head of the Ukrainian army wants to leave Bakhmut and to continue surrounding Russians from the other side, and Zelensky believes that it is run from the ideological point of view and does not let him leave Bakhmut. But Officially, like the press secretaries of all of these people say that no such conflicts exist, and Zaluzhny is not ready to leave Bakhmut, and there are no reasons to leave Bakhmut, and it's very likely that we will keep it ours on the front line. So today it is just an ideological victory that each army, like the army of good people and the army of orcs, are trying to get, and nothing specifically strategic. If you check Ben Hodges, for example, if you check Cooper for some military analysis, you will see that there is nothing they can tell about Bakhmut so specific. What reminded me about this city was actually photos that was all over social media. And you remember that, yes, some of you know that yesterday we marked the birthday of Taras Shevchenko, and soldiers found a 1917 edition of Kobzar, his main book, in Bakhmut, in one of the ruined houses. But all of us considered it a good sign, because like Shevchenko was always against Russia. He knew how bad Russian Empire is, and the majority of his poems like predictions, or they only demonstrate the history repeats itself, and our fight, our battle with Russia is eternal. And this time we have a chance to win, because we have the support of the world and social media, YouTube including. They spread the word and information about the Ukrainian people, about our fight, and about the crimes that Russians commit here. So this is just a brief update. So the only thing is, like, Bakhmut is a really hot zone. It's a tragic place. Many Ukrainians lost their lives protecting the town. Many Russian orcs died there too. And from what I understand and what Ukrainian armed forces say, that they use this location like to kill masses of Russian orcs. Let me know what you think, what is in your media that you follow, because I'm trying to make my mind on this question. Also, I once again remind you that this Sunday we are going to have a very important episode of Russian crimes that we filmed in Bucha and Irpin to commemorate 1 year of genocide and crimes that were committed in these beautiful towns surrounding the capital of Ukraine. The birds are singing, children are running. We had like 2 air raids today, but we will survive, we will win, and we will become stronger. And your beloved students are waiting for me, so I have to head in the direction of the university, which is like 5 minutes walking. And on my way, I will buy myself a coffee. So thank you for buying me coffees, becoming my patrons, but most importantly, thank you for your love and attention to my country, Ukraine. Slava Ukraini!